Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this G.I. Joe Classified Series figure, and it is Scrap Iron with the anti-armor drone. This is a box set. It's going to set you back, I believe it was $50 on Amazon. Okay, I stand corrected. It's $45 on Amazon. And here's everything that comes with this set, and let's get into it. Alright, before I show you the figure inside box, there's this piece of artwork in there where it has the tied to the figure. The figure is tied up here, and then also the anti-drone is also tied in here. And then, but on the back, you can see a very cool looking sketch art of the Scrap Iron figure. So that's awesome, and it is in black and white. It has that sketch look to it, which I really like, and yeah. Alright, and here we have Scrap Iron outside the packaging, and let's check out all the accessories. So a lot of them are mainly just effect pieces like these. Yeah, just this puffy smokes, and then for the rockets, those are supposed to be for the rockets, and then a couple of effect pieces. Yeah, just these. And then here's the anti-drone. Anti-missile drone, and then it has two rockets in here which you could remove, and then there's the figure. Alright, and here's the figure, Scrap Iron. Let's see here, let me see if I make it a little brighter because he's a darker looking figure. And first of all, the helmet is removable, but it is loose on here. So the one thing I wish they did was make the helmet a little more form-fitting. But if you remove the helmet, you can see inside just a circular piece. The visor is not translucent, it's just all one piece of plastic. And then here's the face of Scrap Iron, and how his face is burned off. Now, kind of gruesome looking. And I think this eye might not even work anymore for him. Yeah, it looks like it's all white. And then this eye is still good on him. He has a mohawk up on top, which is kind of interesting, pretty cool. Cool looking design. And then the vest is very tight fitting. Look at that. It's not loose. I mean, it's loose, but not to the point where it looks bulky or anything like that. It looks like it fits him perfectly too. And then two extra accessories that it comes with. One is the remote control for the drone, for the anti-missile drone right here, which he's holding. And the other is this pistol right here. So let me go over articulation for this guy. Head is on a ball joint. Base of the neck, of course, is also another ball joint. Again, almost, I think all the G.I. Joe Classified line got this same articulation. So yeah, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. So butterfly joint, this one it only gives you a little bit of movement, so not a whole lot. Arms, of course, 360, every which way. And then bicep, there's a rotation. Then double jointed elbows, let's give you past 90 degrees. And then as for the wrist, this side goes in and out, while this side goes up and down. And then you can see there's pretty much no abdominal section articulation, even though they did the joint right here. There's a hinge joint right in there, but with the vest on, you can't do anything with it. And then as for the waist, of course, there's a ball joint. And I went ahead and heated up the legs a little bit because the knee joints were like almost actually they were impossible to move. So when I was heating this up, we got here a little softer, so now he could bend his leg without any issues whatsoever. See, there's a ball joint right there, and his leg does come down. So if you want to move this joint, especially if you want to bend his leg up like that, I would highly recommend you soften up the plastic around here first with a hair dryer before you start moving it. The socket joint, just loosen that up, heat it up with a hair dryer a little bit to soften it up, because that peg system they have in here around the crotch tends to break quite easily because it's just not strong enough to support it if you don't heat up the legs here, because the socket is grabbing the ball peg quite tightly. So yeah, if you raise the leg, it might twist that peg completely off. So yeah, so there's thigh swivel, and the knees were like crazy. This side is fine, but the lower knee, it was almost impossible to even bend this. I had to heat it up, and right now it's still really hard to bend. So bend the knee, and then ankle. Oh, there's boots articulation too. Swivel here. There's a hinge joint down here, and then it pivots left and right for the foot. So now I got the joint nice and loose. Now I could have him do a crouching position while he is manning the drone, the anti-air, anti-missile drone. So let me get his hands down. So now he's crouching on the ground, looking at his drone pad, working that drone, and I will sit the drone right next to him and show you guys what it looks like. So here's the anti-missile drone. Move him out of the way. So it's a pretty big piece, and the rockets is removable. It just slides in right there, and then when you first get this, you're gonna have to put it together, the base, and it's separate from the top section. It's just a ball joint right there, and then there are two ball joints around the treads, kind of the hips of the figure right here. So ball joints all around, and the treads, they don't move or anything like that. They are sculpted on. So yeah, so there's no movement whatsoever. It's just gonna sit there, and then you can rotate this around with the ball joint, and let me add some of the accessories on this. Alright, so here's an accessory right here. These are the flaming effects for the rocket. So there's a peg hole, there's a peg right there. Pop that in. Now your rocket's getting ready. Slide that in here, and now you have a shooting rocket. And the two flame effect pieces are different in length, so you can have one that's shooting out before the other one. So kind of interesting. I like the fact that they did that. So there you can see two missiles firing at different rate. So that's cool. You have scrap iron next to him like that, and most likely you're gonna have the helmet on him because you never know what's flying around. So that's cool right there. So yeah, something like that, I guess. Move that around a little bit, and then these are these effect pieces. You can put it around him or something. So yeah, but interesting. I like this set a lot. Figure looks fantastic. I like it a lot. So there it is with everything all put together. Really nice figure. Let's give you a closer look at it. The helmet does have a cobra symbol on it. Really nice. And the vest. Again, the vest is very close to the chest, so that is nice. It doesn't look bulky at all on him. And over here on the shoulder, it's kind of hard to see with the glare. There's a cobra symbol on there. And then if we rotate him back, see the helmet, the vest, the straps, holster, shoes. And as I've mentioned in my previous G.I. Joe figure review, I mentioned that I've been buying up these vintage G.I. Joe figures from the 80s, and now I could do a comparison between the two. Here with Scrap Iron's anti-drone, anti-missile drone. Here's a comparison between the two. This one, the new one, of course, had treads, while the old one does not. It's basically just a standing tripod, quadrupod stand, and then comes with two missiles, and this one also comes with two missiles. They are also removable. Let's see if we could do a comparison. And here's a comparison between the old missiles and the new one. There, it's just a little shorter. Yeah. And now here's a comparison between the two figures. Now again, this one is from the vintage, vintage line back in 1980s, and there's the new one. And you kind of see there's a lot of similarities and differences between the two. Both got a vest on and then harnesses throughout. Shoes are different. One is black while the old one is red. And then the helmet is similar. It's just, yeah. And even the inner shirt is the same. It's also red. The outer shirt is they're both blue, but different shades of blue. The red is very similar. So there you go. There's a comparison between the two. So at the end of the day, I think at $45, this is a good set. It does come with the quite a lot of accessories, mainly the anti-rocket drone, and then figure is nice. Again, the only issue I have is the helmet, which was more form-fitting, but that's a minor gripe of mine. That doesn't really matter. I think a lot of people wouldn't care. But yeah, the set is nice, and I think it's worth it. And so there you go. There's the scrap iron with the anti-missile drone from Hasbro. Thanks for watching.